Rick Lewis and Kathy Lee, Dave Logan joining us here this morning. And our next guest is the Denver Broncos wide receiver and kick returner. Happened to get a touchdown Saturday night in the preseason game. We thought it was 77, but officially I believe it was 78 yards is what they called it. Isaiah McKenzie joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, can we interest you in some Krispy Kreme donuts? We got a whole bunch of them
because
here.
we couldn't get Garrett
Nobody's
Bowles to
taking
have
them.
one. Darian didn't want one.
Oh no, I don't eat cold donuts.
Oh, we need to warm
The
them
hot
up for
ready
you?
sign.
Right.
Oh, we got a microwave back here. Come on, B. Hey, thanks for stopping by, man. And man, that punt return Saturday night was just electric. And you and I talked after the game on the post-game show about it. And after the season you had last year, tell our listeners just how good that felt to be able to take one to the house Saturday night.
It took a lot of weight off my shoulders, most definitely. But it felt great to just do that and show the fans that I can do it, that I can be back there and help the team win games by doing that.
What's the biggest difference, or is there one, in terms of your mindset coming into camp this year as opposed to coming out of Georgia as a rookie last year?
I would say last year, everything was kind of fast. Learning the plays, playing punt return, and I was just trying to do everything fast and, trying to make big plays too fast. This year, I just want to be patient, and Coach told me just be patient, take my time, catch the ball, make good decisions, and the play will come. And I had a lot of players tell me that. Actually, Saturday night, Emmanuel Sanders actually told me that. He was like, just let the game come to you.
Did you lose confidence last year by the time we got to, almost the end of the season?
Each and every day, it got harder and harder.
Yeah.
And I just go back and try to reset myself each and every day to come out here and try to get better. Because last year it was hard times, and having nobody to talk to or just everybody down my throat like catch the ball, do this. It was hard, but I had to get over it eventually.
Well, fans got to see what you can do on Saturday night. That's what you are capable of doing, and you are capable of doing that 2-3 times a year. If everything goes good. So I hope you get another chance to shine.
I appreciate that.
So we have the small wide receiver. Small's okay. We have the big wide receiver. Big's okay. Courtland Sutton sits down. What's up, Courtland?
How y'all doing?
Hey, man,
Good.
how's it going? Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So if you two like in a basketball game, like
it's not even close. You don't got to finish
a
that.
game of horse, a game of horse.
Oh, yeah.
Not like post up but a game of horse. Who wins that?
Me. He can't shoot.
I'm the best shooter on the team,
Yeah.
if you ask Justin Simmons, because he's a good basketball player.
Okay. All right. So if you guys played a game of horse in tandem against us, who wins? Be careful.
I don't know.
We have better moves. So.
No, I'm talking about horse.
Just
Yeah, horse,
Yeah,
like,
we ain't gonna play one-on-one.
I'm saying trick shots and stuff, we have the better shots.
I'm just talking about touching it.
Just touching it.
Just touching
I would
it.
just dunk it every time.
Shooting. No, you can't. our dunking days are over.
You got to play on an 8-foot hoop.
Yeah, our days are over. So how's camp been for you, Courtland?
It's been going great. It's a fun experience. Been able to come out here and learn something new every day. I take something different from practice every single day. I mean, there's so much to learn at the position that I play, and then having such great teachers around me, from Demarius, E-Man, and then having a vet like Case out there teaching us the ropes. It's been a lot of fun.
You've been the talk of training camp so far. You finally got a chance to get in your first preseason game against the Vikings the other night. How did that feel for you, going from camp and then finally playing an NFL game?
Honestly, I think we practice at such a high tempo, and we compete so hard that it wasn't a big jump going into the game. We come out here and we push each other every single day, offensively and defensively. So getting into the game, it wasn't like a big shock to myself, and I'm pretty sure to a lot of other rookies, because of how fast we practice and how hard we go. So going out there, it wasn't anything different, but it was fun to get to go against somebody other than our own teammates.
Isaiah, the punt return thing is great, and it's an important part of what goes on in the NFL. But talk about it from a receiver standpoint. I mean, and in terms of what you experienced last year, the offense last year, what you've seen of the offense this year? What are 2 or 3 of the even subtle changes that you've seen?
With this year, we use a lot of receivers in a lot of ways, in a lot of different positions and things like that. It's very fast-paced. At any moment we can change the tempo of the game. And I just feel like everybody's, bought in, and everybody's, learning everything they can to get on the field and do their job.
You changed your number from last year.
Yeah.
84 to 16. It's been good luck for you so far.
Yeah.
Why'd you make that change?
Just a fresh start. I had 16 in college as well.
Okay.
And most likely more than anything, just a fresh start. And I had the number in college, and I feel like this year's very different.
It looks good on you.
I appreciate
You look even faster wearing 16
Yeah.
than 84.
Yeah. Courtland, you think back to SMU. You played basketball for a minute. I mean, you played a little bit of basketball. Larry Brown, who people around here are really familiar with, because Larry used to coach in Denver. What was it like playing for Coach Brown?
He was a great teacher, a great mentor. He taught me so many things off the court and away from the field that I use in my day-to-day today. He was a guy who wanted to share knowledge. He had so much knowledge built up just from coaching. He's coached some of the greatest and been around the greatest. And so he's seen it all. He's seen the greats be great. He's seen the guys who were supposed to be great who didn't pan out because they didn't do the things they were supposed to do to get to the level they were supposed to get to. So being able to be around him, just being able to be around, I mean, I didn't play a whole bunch, but I was with him, and I got to listen to the way he talked to the team and the way he approached the guys who were leaders of that team, and the things that he said he expected to see from me going back to football. That was awesome, just to be around him and to get that knowledge and be able to absorb everything that he had while I was over there.
Courtland Sutton with us, and Isaiah McKenzie, wide receivers for the Denver Broncos. Do you guys have mentors on the team? Guys that are helping you, or guys that you kind of stay close to?
For myself, I mean, obviously, E-Man and DT are great leaders and great mentors, and showing us the right way and the wrong way to do things. Those guys come to work every single day, and they're consistent with the way they approach the game, and they're willing to share the knowledge, which is one thing that I'm grateful for, because I know how it was in college when freshmen came in. They looked up to me to instill in them what that hard work looked like and what they needed to do to get to the next level. And so being able to come here and have those guys be willing to show me what it takes to be a Pro Bowler and what it takes to be an All-Pro, I'm very grateful for that.
How about you, Isaiah?
I think everybody's on the team is just like a leader to me, like someone to look up to, offense and defensive wise, coaching staff as well. Everybody tells me a little bit of something each and every day that I can get better at, and I take heed to everything everybody says in the locker room. I look up to them, and I just come out here and work.
Last question for me. I know as a wide receiver, you when you're in college, you look at guys that are in the league, and I would always look at guys that I thought looked like me, and there weren't many, right, in terms of big wide receivers. When you were at SMU, what, aside from guys on this team, on your team now, were there guys that you looked at in the league and said, okay, he sort of looks like me, and you tried to emulate and sort of pattern your game after? I
took a little bit from a couple people. I mean, obviously, I was a big Terrell Owens fan, but he obviously isn't in the league right now. But as the guys who are in the league right now, I watched a lot of Brandon Marshall early in my college career, Alshon Jeffrey, Calvin Johnson, and I mean ultimately Julio, guys who dominate the game, being big bodies, because we played the game differently than guys like Isaiah. I mean, it's a known fact. We just play the game differently, and you have to know how to use the traits that God's blessed you with.
Right.
And being a bigger receiver, there are some things that I do well that shorter receivers can't do, and I got to make sure that I'm trying to add to my game as much as I possibly can when it comes to some of the things that they do really well, so that I can get as many touches or do different things besides just do jump balls in the red zone. You got to be able to be versatile. So I watched how those guys ran the route tree, other than just a fade ball and a go ball. And those are things that I still do to this day, just trying to make sure that I'm adding to my arsenal, because I can't just be a guy who they say, hey, we're just going to throw a fade to you, throw a go ball to you. I got to be able to run the whole route tree.
Did you have the route tree at SMU?
I had a lot of the route tree. It's funny because a lot of people said that I only ran go balls and hitches, but when they broke down the film, I actually ran a lot more routes than that. And now it's just, Coach is challenging me to be able to run every single route. He doesn't just call those deep routes. It's like, hey, you got to go out here and execute and be a technician and dissect these routes just like we expect these shorter receivers to do.
So the route tree, I mean, some teams still utilize it. Some teams you got to memorize concepts. Do they? What's Bill have you? Is
a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
both.
So is the 7 route still a corner route?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure they hadn't changed everything systematically, right?
You mentioned DT and E-Man. Before we let you go, what are your guys' nicknames on the team here?
I don't have one.
You don't have one yet?
Big fella. Me and DT.
They just call me iMac.
I was going to say IMAX, perfect.
Yeah,
for you.
IMAX, good, man.
Yeah, you had a different nickname in college, didn't you?
Joystick.
Okay, yeah.
Joystick. You know what I'd be if I were you? First of all, if I had your speed, I'd still be playing, and I would be illegal. But I would, if your nickname to me would just be 10-3. 10.3.
I'll take that in mind.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, man. Well, IMAC and Big Fella, thanks for stopping by, man. It's
Thank
good to
y'all.
have you guys on the show.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.